I'm in pain. Wanna put 10 shots in my brain. I've been tripping about some things can't change. Switch all the same time, Montaigne. Put you just in bag of a phone call. Girl that you fought with, kill us so. That was this summer and nobody helped. And ever since then, when I hate myself, wanna fucking end it. Pessimistic. All wanna see me with no pot to piss in. But niggas been inside about the grave I'm digging. Have a conversation about my hate decisions. Fucking sickening. At the same time, memories surface through the grapevine. But my uncle playing with a slip knot. Put some out of stress, got me fucked up. Been fucked up since a couple months they had a nigga locked up. I'll be feeling pain just I'm how to feel the same. I'm so
So let me get into these traits, guys. The first trait is going to be hilarious because it's going to be indicative of me being on the spectrum and what I've been doing the past 10 minutes here. It is being easily entertained. And I've always had this. I've always been an inside person. I know a lot of people get cabin fever very easily. But I am very easily entertained by my environment, especially since I usually structure it to my daily obsession or what would you call it? Fixation. They call it fixation in autism. So yeah, I usually have fixations last around 2 to 3 years, usually. And they can vary, they can combine with each other. Right now, my fixation is, of course, it's still music. It's music, Dragon Quest, um, and making videos. Making content, shuffling myself around on the internet. And I like to believe I'm helping people. This is a form of like helping people because I think some people could gain some knowledge from what I'm doing. But oh, that was another nasty one. I like to think I'm easily entertained because I spend a lot of time by myself and time goes very, very fast around me. That's another trait here, but we'll get to that a little later. Yeah, when I'm by myself, I mean when I'm with people, time goes by very quickly too. But I've noticed when I'm by myself, time can guy. Time can go by very very quickly, and I cannot realize how much I'm like flowing in the state, how much fun I'm having. Um, I can look back on a day and be like, this was a really good day. I didn't talk to anybody, or like I had a lot of fun today. I didn't talk to anybody except for like cashiers and stuff. Um, I can be bored, be super, super bored, like intrinsically bored, and I will just sit there and I will do nothing, and I will find something that entertains me. I'm not even joking, guys. I will sit in a dark room, um, and just sit there and be like, oh, okay, I can entertain myself somehow, and then I'll find something that I can just latch onto. I'll put my headphones in. Um, And yeah, I've always been able to do this. I've always been kind of an inside kid. I've never really had to go outside to have fun, had to have my friends around to have fun. I was the stay inside and build puzzles with mom kid. I also want to work on taking out my nose, but that's kind of like a quirk. I don't really mind that too much. For our first quest here in the Dragon Quest realm, we are doing a favor for the water sage. I mean, she wants water from this fountain, but I don't know. She doesn't have to be a water sage, but whatever. We're getting the water from this guy. We're gonna feed all the thirsty people, and then she's going to bestow the powers upon our little friend here. And then we're gonna go on to the next section in Gert Strait on the Bridge Inn, which is pretty cool. This is probably one of my favorite little Glen areas. It's very scenic. In the past, it doesn't really change too much, but I do still love the inn, so we'll have fun there. I'll probably jump back into the game talk when we get there. Uh-huh, uh-huh. But yeah, being is be I'm okay. I can talk. Being easily entertained is a big one for being an autistic trait that like seems kind of normal, because I know a lot of people like this that aren't autistic and just generally have fun by themselves. You know, it's not a thing that's inclusive to just autistic people. It's something that seems kind of normal, but like if you have this, I wouldn't say go get yourself diagnosed. Just, open yourself to the possibility that you may be on the spectrum somewhat. And that's not a bad thing. It's not like being gay or something, being retarded or something. It's just a thing you are. And you are a lot of things. You are not just autistic. You are insert name here. You are yourself. You're not just fat. You're not just lazy. You're not just a hard worker. You're not a procrastinator. You're not just a jealous asshole. You are yourself. You're a combination. You're a combo sandwich. We don't make chocolate milk and give it to someone and say drink this chocolate syrup. It's a whole combination. So, and there's really no label for it. We're just weirdos. We're all really weird combinations of traits. And we gotta accept it. We gotta accept that we have these things about ourselves that we can change, and we have these things that we can't change. Um, and we got to make progress on what we can. We can't focus on things that are just going to hinder our mental health and not bring us forward to a better future for yourself and the people around you. Um, but it's good to be easily entertained. It's not a bad thing. So I'm not saying if you're easily entertained, you're autistic, but I'm saying um, open your eyes to the possibilities, and it's not a bad thing. Oh, it's not a bad thing to fart too. Fart if you can. So that's your homework for this video. Your homework is to rip a big fat one. And if you made it this far, we are 21 minutes in. I want you to comment fart. Comment in the comments. Comment fart in the comments. Give me a fart down there. Give me a wet one. Give me a wet one, please. I want all wet farts to report to the front of the building. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we have finished that quest line. He is now one with the water. Good man. Good man. Water is good to be one with, okay? So another autistic trait that seems normal is remembering to ask when you don't understand. I am the kind of person, especially at work or any kind of environment where we are getting a job done and we're both working towards a task, I ask usually an absurd amount of questions if I care about it. Absurd amount of questions. Usually at work, I don't really talk much, so the only thing that really comes out of my mouth at work to like coworkers is questions. Is questions. I don't really talk about myself. I don't really talk about daily events unless people talk about them to me. I don't like initiate those conversations. Nor do I tend to add any insightful information to it. I just kind of like add jokes to it and relate it to things I've heard. I don't really add constructive conversation or opinions into it because honestly, in my opinion, oh God, I just here comes an opinion. Brace yourselves. In my opinion, what you say to other people, unless you think it's going to change their mind, it's usually for your own benefit. So if you don't see a benefit from you saying it and you giving them this information, then there's really no reason to say it. Most times, what you say, you think it's going to benefit the other person, and it really won't. And I'm not saying sometimes it will. It's not possible that it will. But in my experience, this is just me from the outside looking in, and I'm super weird, so this is just what I've learned. When people tell me things about daily events, news, whatever, blah blah blah, it's usually useless information, and that's kind of ragged on my brain. So I tend to omit a lot of stuff that I know from people in real life unless I'm almost 99% sure they're going to need it later. Um just because in my experience people don't tell me smart or positive things usually. Or things that I don't know that have really enlightened me. And to turn that around, when they do tell me things that are new or that I don't know, I usually tell them. I usually let them know, like, oh shit, I didn't know that, or oh shit, that was very interesting. Um, and that makes them feel good. That makes me feel good because it's truthful. A lot of people don't get their flowers when they help someone. So I think that's very important. Um, but yeah, if you're ever talking to me and I don't say that, that means I gained nothing from your information. If you ever say, oh yeah, and you can do this and do it like this, and I'm like, oh yeah, cool, wow, and then I walk away, I gain nothing from that. I'm just saving your feelings. I'm not saving your feelings, actually. I'm saving my feelings or my sanity from your feelings being hurt if I actually told you how I felt. Because it's my sanity that I have to deal with your reaction, right? So it's a very selfish act. Do I care? If you if you focus too much on other people and their opinions and how they feel about you or how they're going to react to something, it's going to lead to a life not lived by you, but lived by the other people around you. So you have to think a lot of the times the stuff I say, the things I do aren't necessary. I could just hold them within. I got to live for myself. So, yeah, and a lot of times, just me personally, I don't care to share. I don't care to share. I have you guys to share with, so I will share with my little 30, my group of 30, my dirty 30 crew. Yeah? And that'll be it. I'm kind of tired with communicating because like I said before on this channel, all of my relationships have either been like 100% from me or 0% from me and 100% from the other person. So it's generally always outcome to 50. Because the people that don't want me, or yeah, people that don't want me, I want, and the people that I want don't want me. I think it's an aesthetic thing, and just me choosing wrong. I still get I still get mad at people who do choose wrong though, because you don't have to invest that much. I'm afraid of commitment, so me not investing is not a crazy thing for me in my life. But I know people who just invest because they're afraid to be alone. They're afraid to spend alone moments with themselves. And we can't just jump in the pool when there may be piranhas in there. You got to dip your toes in, guys. So I'm not going to preach choosing correctly. I'm going to preach vetting more strongly, being a more powerful gatekeeper. And it is 7:15, so the train is here. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's train time. So we do have Fostel here. Fostel is very old. Well, she's not here. We saw Fostel earlier. Fostel is indeed very old. She's a sage from the past Glen. I think this is Glen 500 years ago. But 500? Wait, what am I saying? Like 10 years ago? Oh, wait. Whatever. Either way, Fostel is very old. She's the second sage we're doing here, and she wants us to kill a peckerel. He's having a hard time doing it. He's still gonna try though. This is probably where he died, originally. But nevertheless, we're gonna help him out. We're gonna kill a peckerel and come back to Fostel. Um, and then we're gonna get a nice little heartfelt cutscene about his past and all of his trials and tribulations and whatnot, and not having a father and yada yada yada. It's gonna be very sympathetic. It's gonna be very sad. Um, so we'll enjoy that. We'll vibe through that when that happens. I'm gonna get into the next. Wait, I didn't really explain this one. Yeah, remembering to ask when you understand. So yeah, that's an autistic trait that seems normal. I do ask questions a lot when we're working on things. And just to myself, I love to ask questions and I love to learn. It's not like I like to ask questions to annoy the people I'm asking or to make sure you know what you're talking about or to make sure the job gets done right. I really don't care about any of that. I'm all in for skill points. I'm all in for skill points. I'm all in for new vocations. So that's my goal in life. I don't really look for like good relationships with people or huge money making opportunities or wonderful experiences for me. Experiences though would probably be like second on the list. But my main thing I look for in life in any situation is learning, and especially learning new skills that I can do and help me produce things. Um, which is why I like this project that I'm going on, where I'm uploading a video to this channel daily. It's helping me work on multiple different skills at the same time, and it's something that I really want to do. It's something that I really like doing. So that's why. It's like I guess that's not the only reason, but that's why I am doing it. That's why. That's why we've killed our canaries or whatever the fuck those things are. We're going back to Fosdale. Yeah, and that dips into the next one here. The next autistic trait that seems normal is the hunger to learn. And yeah, I guess it does kind of seem normal, but when you're autistic, sometimes it can like overtake your entire being. Like I have a crazy hunger to learn. Like it's never satiated. Like I am always fucking fiending for the learning. I do also like building. I like building. I like learning. Um, I like working as a team and progressing towards a main goal and learning steps on how to do it on the way. You know, but it's something that can seem normal because you feel like a lot of people, a lot of data analysis, a lot of scientists really just go in on learning, not necessarily the process of going through a curriculum, but just strictly like learning new things. And that's me too. I really don't like school. I haven't really gelled with school for all of my life. But I am a big fan, a big proponent of um, just getting in there and learning something, And because of that, I really do like teaching too. I like teaching. As you can clearly see, I teach a lot here. I preach and teach. Um, and I enjoy doing that because when you teach something, you learn it back 90% too. So it's generally like a lot of things in my life. I'm just accepting that is a very selfish nature of it. Oh man, we got a little bit of lag. It's fine. It's fine. Hopefully that'll get fixed in post. But our boy, I think his name is Inraja. I have to look at the Japanese here when he's texting. Yeah, it is Inraja. So he's got the boat skill. The only skill we need now is the flying skill, so it can actually fly. It's got the boat. It's got the water. And oh, sorry, I have this standing desk now that I just built yesterday. I'm very excited. I just bent down to pick something up, but I've been standing this entire time, and I'm having such a good time. I'm having such a good morning. Ooh, it's a good life. It's a good life. Anyways, let me stop stroking my dick. This guy, he's gonna try out his boating powers. Yes. And he's creating the boat. Okay, yeah, you guys get the picture. He's gonna create the boat. It's not really gonna fully create all this stuff because he can't really control it yet.